to continue my story where I left it last time. So when I left Cartier, I didn't have a plan. I just knew one thing. If I stayed, I was going to break, and that was enough reason to leave. The first 2 months felt like, freedom, family time, going out, sleeping properly, breathing again. I thought I was happy. But in reality, I was just relieved. Then monthly arrived, and with it, the questions. Who am I without the title? What do I do now? Did I make a mistake? All valid questions. I started feeling kind of useless, maybe even a little bit disconnected. My colleagues or ex-colleagues would still call me about problems at work, and I'd answer, like I'm still working, like still the manager, still kind of needed. Because let's be honest, after 25 years, work had become my identity. Without it, I didn't know myself properly. Then, 6 months later, I went back. Another luxury boutique offered me a role. I accepted. Not because I wanted it, because I needed to prove I could still do it. Kind of, I think, ego problem. And maybe silence, the guilt of doing nothing. I knew on day one it was wrong. No one was rude. Nothing dramatic happened. I just felt the mismatch immediately. My body knew before my mind admitted it. However, I stayed 4 months out of decency. Then I just left. This time it was for good. No more corporate. The chapter was over. But I started to feel the real anxiety. I had always been productive, efficient, respected, busy. Now I had none of that. So I did what many people do. I looked at everything online, Amazon, digital products, affiliate marketing, even coaching. The so-called easy ways to make money online. However, I learned something fast. Nothing is as easy as it looks on social media. I tried Amazon first. I love fashion. So I ordered tracksuits from Alibaba, choose colors, created brandings, prepared products. I learned even Amazon FBA. Honestly, I loved building something tangible. I thought it would work. What I didn't understand was competition. Thousands of bigger sellers, better system, better markets, and after a year, barely any sales, stock removal, money spent, lesson learned. Next, around the same time, I booked a discovery call to train as a life coach, with the JCT coaching system. I had always enjoyed helping people grow. So it made sense, at least on paper. Then they asked, why do you want to become a coach? And halfway through answering that question felt weird. So I had honestly nothing to give right then. After 25 years of corporate life, I was completely empty. I didn't need to coach others. I needed to refill myself first. That was one of my most honest moments of that year. So I did what always helps me think clearly, traveling. And I traveled alone to Bali. And it was just after COVID, quiet, empty, spacious, different. And one afternoon, I walked into a coffee and saw, these people working from laptops, building businesses from anywhere, moving freely. And something just clicked. I didn't want to travel only, to take photos. I wanted the freedom. I wanted the income that will come with me. Something I own, something no meeting, no boss, no company politics could remove. I still didn't know what it looked like. But for the first time since leaving Cartier, I knew the direction. So if you are in this, confusing stage right now, hear this. The false starts don't mean you failed. The doubts don't mean you made the wrong decision. The messy, middle is part of finding yourself. Some chapters just feel kind of, blurred while they are happening. And in my next video, I will tell you what I found after Bali and what I came home to build. Follow if you'd like to see where this story goes. Bye.